The time is just gone 9:38 a.m. as we continue with the broadcast this morning. Now, we know many parents who have school-going children, one of the biggest nightmares is mathematics. And I think for many of us who have been through the schooling system, know that it's a huge problem. It's a problem in this country, and it's always been a major talking point, and we know even now with matric that are writing the exams. But at the end of the day, it is about the foundation. It is about the very beginning in terms of understanding maths, understanding the numbers. And this morning we are chatting to Razina Wahed, who is a mathematics educator. And the key issue here is to help our young ones understand maths, and we're talking about a principle called BODMAS, BODMAS. And joining us on the line is Sister Razina Wahed. Sister Razina, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I see Sister Razina Wahed is still not with us. She is trying to connect, and it does appear as if there are a number of signal issues. But the key issue is to understand what is BODMAS, and especially looking at primary school children. And as far as maths is concerned, how does it actually help a child, who does various calculations as far as maths? And where we're talking about basic, we're talking about addition, multiplication, division, subtraction. And this BODMAS rule is very, very useful. I've done a bit of reading up about it, and just looking at how it is actually being used, and more importantly, what do you do when you are faced with a situation, when you are faced with trying to solve a specific mathematical problem. So when we get in touch with Sister Razina Wahed, hopefully she is reconnecting. I see that on my screen right now, that once she connects, we definitely will try and get to the bottom of this. But also at the same time, looking at what type of skills are required when applying certain mathematical operations, when we're doing certain equations, and also at the same time to make sure that there is a thorough understanding, there is an understanding where this sets the foundation for the child going through the entire schooling career. But it starts right at the beginning. It is a foundation that is absolutely important. And this is one thing that we'd like to find out from Sister Razina Wahed, where we are as far as mathematics, but more importantly, how is she in a position to help her learners? So we're going to go for a quick break, and hopefully when we come back, we'll be joined by Sister Razina Wahed.
Opened on 235 Matthews Maiwa Road in Durban. Head on over for the Taste with Kick. We offer something scrumptious for everyone in the family. Wraps, chicken tikka, burgers, tender grills, mocktails, milkshakes, and so much more. Corporate and events catering available. Visit our social media pages for more info or call 031 209 0119. Kickies, the Taste with Kick.
Africa Muslims Agency teams are on the ground in Afghanistan. Millions of people go daily without food. You can heal Afghanistan. Sponsor towards feeding a family at 1,500 in a month or any amount. Visit africamuslimsagency.co.za or call 011 834 8685. Africa Muslims Agency, inspiring the spirit of giving.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness. And every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and freezer card calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
What makes Randery Jewelers the optimum place for your memorable gift? Is it our range of exclusive, high-end, luxurious jewelry? Or is it our master craftsmanship of all your bespoke jewelry needs? We believe it's because at Randery Jewelers, we know just how to make your special moments last forever. Whether it's for a wedding, anniversary, or just a simple gift to show your love, trust Randery Jewelers to make it special. www.randeryjewelers.com. Make your moments last forever with Randery Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
Approximately 785 million people in this world do not have access to safe, clean water. In developing countries, around 80% of all illnesses are due to contaminated water and poor sanitation. Don't let dirty water end a life. Build a water well in Bangladesh, Malawi, Nepal, Zimbabwe, or here at home in South Africa. Donate to Penny Appeal's Thirst Relief Project to bring safe, clean water to communities around the world. www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 1100 573. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
Kids these days are smart, and when you're competing for their attention against their smartphones, you need to make smart choices, like using Sunfoil triple refined pure sunflower oil in every meal you make. It's naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether you're cooking, frying, or baking, you get the great tasting results that'll get their attention faster than the latest app. And if that doesn't work, change the Wi-Fi password. Sunfoil. Now we're cooking.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Well, the time is just got 9:45 a.m. as we continue with the show. And we do have Sister Razina Wahed with us. We are talking mathematics. We're talking about the BODMAS rule. Sister Razina, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ma, for all of this, internet's up and down.
No, it's fine. It's not a problem. We understand. Now, Sister Razina, just before we get to talking about BODMAS, and I've done a bit of reading up just as a refresher for myself. It's been many years since I've been in school or I've solved a maths problem. But looking at mathematics generally, and I think this is what we're trying to achieve in terms of children trying to remember the order in terms of how they need to solve certain mathematical problems. And that is what basically BODMAS is all about as well, in a nutshell. But just generally, how problematic is maths as a subject in terms of teaching, in terms of understanding, and just looking where we are as far as mathematics is concerned?
The most important thing in maths is definitely your multiplication, your timetables. If you know that, you are going to be flying. Right? Anything other than that, it's just, processes, learning how to do what's the method or the formula that you need to work with. You follow that, then alhamdulillah, you're okay. And lots of practice. You see, the thing is with kids, we're teaching them so many different ways of arriving to the same answer, and it confuses them. You've got the breaking down method, you've got different methods with one digit, with two digits, breaking them down. So kids get confused with all of this. The biggest challenge is knowing how to arrive at that answer, okay, following the format or the steps and understanding it, and practice, because just one sum is not going to get you to understand what's happening. You've got to do the same sum 5 times to understand how do I arrive at this answer? What are the steps involved? Multiplication, division, all of them, same thing. You just got to use the steps, inshallah, to get to the answer.
Yes, I think what you say is absolutely important, multiplication. And I recall the exercise books we used to get at school, and behind the book, you had the multiplication, the times tables, and basically parrot fashion, we learned those. And that actually went a long way in helping us. But now let's just talk about BODMAS. Now, we know that is an acronym. Okay, yeah. And just let's talk about BODMAS and its usefulness. Firstly, what does this acronym actually stand for?
So BODMAS is brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And that's the formula you would use whenever you have a sum or something that you need to work out. You would always start off with the brackets and then go on to the division, the multiplication, the addition, and subtraction. So when we using this, you see, as the years progress, as the child goes further on in their schooling career, the sums that they get are a little bit more challenging. So you'll have a plus, a minus, a division, and a multiplication all in one. BODMAS allows you to say, okay, if I have the sum and I'm having all of these addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, where do I start? Because if you start first with subtraction or addition, you're going to arrive at the wrong answer. Always start with what's in the bracket. And then from there, you would go on to the multiplication, then the division, then the addition, and then the subtraction. And then you'll arrive at the correct answer. If you do it in any other way, you are not going to get the correct answer. So this is just a good way for all children to understand that BODMAS is very important. If I follow that formula, I will arrive at the correct answer.
Yes. Now, obviously, there are certain methods that are very, very useful. And these, obviously, in getting the answer, whether we're adding, whether we're subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, there are certain methods. And I just want to talk about the effective methods, Sister Razina, because I've seen together with the brief that I was given on BODMAS, you have actually sent us an example on some of these methods and how they should be applied.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, perhaps you should take us through just some of that.
Okay, so we're going to start off first with, okay, Marv, now I need to just move my computer a little bit or the phone to get into a space where I can actually show you. I don't know, is this clear enough for you? This is my whiteboard. Is this clear enough?
If you could just possibly just raise it a bit so that we can see the board a bit more clearly. Yeah, so I think the board is just a bit lower down. We're seeing the bottom of the board.
How's that? Better?
Okay, right. Yes, much better. Okay, let's go through it. Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to start off with is adding using the breaking down method. So this is when learners are given a 3-digit number, 632 plus 243. Okay, Marv, is this clear enough for everyone to see?
Yes, very clear. In fact, I'm seeing it, and hopefully everybody else would be able to see it. Yes.
Right. So you get two methods. You can do the column method where you're going to write 632 plus 243. This is the method we all learned in school. But at the moment, CAPS has so many different methods that they want you to use. So this particular one that we're going to do is the breaking down method. So we're not using this one here. We're going to do the breaking down method. When we do the breaking down method, it's simple. The word says breaking down. So we're going to break down these numbers here. Okay, so we're going to have 600 plus 30 plus 2. Now remember, we put them in brackets because if we add all these numbers, they must give us the 632. Okay,
right.
And then we're going to break down the second number. And what we're breaking them down is into hundreds, tens, and units. So we've got 200 plus 40 plus 3, put it in brackets again. This signifies that this together will give us 632, and this together will give us 243. Now, when it comes to solving this problem, we're going to now take it, we're breaking it down. So we're using all the hundreds. So look in each bracket for your hundreds. This is 100, so 600 plus. This is the 200 or the hundreds in this particular bracket. So that's 200. And that's going to give us 800. Okay? Now we're going on to the tens. So we need to add the 2 tens from the brackets, which is 30 plus 40, which is equal to 70. Right? And then we're moving on to the units. So this was the hundreds, this was the tens, and these are the units. 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. Now I'm going to add all of this. Okay, so we're going to add all of this up, and we're going to get 800 plus 70 plus 5, which is equal to 875.
Wow. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so that's the breaking down method for
So this is for addition, right?
additions. Supply, can we use this? Yes.
Right. So this is for addition. What we're doing is, the question is, break down the numbers or use the breaking down method in order to calculate. So what did we do? We took this number, we broke it down, made it smaller. So we made it into hundreds, tens, and units, 600 plus 30 plus 2. And then we took the second number and did the same thing, made it into hundreds, tens, and units. Now, in order to calculate, group your hundreds. So we've got 600 from this particular bracket and 200 from that bracket, which will give us the 800. And then the tens, we would use the tens from here and here, add it together and get the tens. The units again from here and here to get your units, and that's your unit number, right? And then add up all these numbers in order to get a final answer. So that's the breaking down method of addition. It's a very simple one. It does get complex because sometimes you might have 600 plus 400, and then it's 1,200. So you need to remember, okay, I've got 1,200. That means I have now thousands. I have the thousands column. And then obviously you would add up and you would get your answer. I can do another one for subtraction just to show.
Please.
Okay, so let's do the subtraction part. So the subtraction we would do is 532 minus 321. Same principle, we're using the breaking down method. So we're going to first break down this number and break down this number. We break down this number, the hundreds, it's 500 plus 30 plus 2. Remember, when we are breaking down, we're just making the hundreds, the tens, and the units. If I add this number, it must give me the same number on the top, okay? And then I'm going to put my subtraction sign, and we've got 300 plus 20 plus 1. Now, a lot of the kids, when it comes to subtraction, they're not sure what sign to put here because they're seeing all the plus signs here and they're thinking it's a subtraction. Sometimes they put minus signs here because they think that that's what's expected of them. It's a subtraction sign, I should minus. But the biggest thing that we need to remember is that this particular bracket, when I add it up, it must give me this number. So I can't have a minus sign here and a minus sign here. That would be incorrect, okay? So I have now broken down the number here and broken down the number here. And now I'm going to group them into the hundreds, tens, units and subtract them, because now I'm going to subtract to see what will be my final answer, because it's this number minus this number. So I'll go back into, this is my, let's make this your hundreds, and we're going to say 500 minus 300. Okay, let's take this out. And that's going to give me 500 minus 300 is going to give me 200. And then I'm going to go to the 10. So here's my tens. 30 minus 20, which is going to give me a 10. And then I've got 2 minus 1, which is going to give me 1. So I've taken each number here, and according to what it's supposed to be, hundreds, tens, units. So there's my hundreds, and I've put it in here to calculate what's my final answer. These are my tens, so I've put them here to get my final answer. And this is my units, and remember, units are only from 0 to 9. So unit here, 2 minus 1, which is going to give me the 1. And then I'm going to add this up because I need to arrive at the final answer. So I'm not subtracting, I'm adding up. 200 plus 10 plus 1, which is equal to 211. The biggest challenge when it comes to subtraction is the signs. So remember, I must have a plus sign here to make sure it adds up to this. I'm minusing here. This is the sign to say that this is a subtraction sign. And when I'm subtracting, because I want to know the final figure and I'm minusing, I'm using this number, take away that number. So now I'm grouping them into hundreds and subtracting. So I'm not putting an addition sign here, I'm putting a subtraction sign because that's what I want to know. It's a subtraction. 500 minus 300, which is equal to 200, and then obviously to your tens and then to your units.
Yes, very, very interesting, Sister Razina. But unfortunately, we have run out of time. We've got only about 2 minutes. And I know I would have been very keen on looking at multiplication and division because that appears to be a bit complex. And hopefully we can schedule another session with you, inshallah, where we can actually just, finish off what we started today.
No problem. Inshallah. I apologize. It was my internet issues. We could have got through most of them. But inshallah, we can do this again. I'm more than happy to help parents out and kids out, especially when it comes to maths. Maths is fun. It's awesome. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, Jazakallah for that, and I will definitely speak to my producer Nazreen to schedule another time slot, inshallah, to complete what we have started today. But for now, we thank you. We say Jazakallah to you for your time with us this morning, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah to Salam Media, and I hope this helps all parents. Good luck to all the learners. Wishing you all the best for the exams.
Jazakallah for that. That is Razina Wahed, who is a maths educator. And yes, this BODMAS method, and I must say, I found it quite fascinating. I found it very, very interesting. And inshallah, looking forward to another session with Sister Razina Wahed, where we will cover some of the other issues like multiplications, divisions, and the like as well. So until we meet again, the time is headed for 10 a.m. It's time for me to sign off. So from myself and the rest of the team, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.